Okay, today I'm going to discuss what's happening in the phonatory system when a person is whispering. So, when we're whispering, we're producing sustained noise by constricting the laryngeal airway at the vocal folds. And because the airway is constricted, the air has to be forced through it, which causes it to become turbulent. And during this, the vocal folds can be at a few different positions. They can be positioned almost completely closed or adducted with only a narrow slit for the glottal configuration. Or another common glottal configuration during whispering is with the anterior membranous portions of the vocal folds completely together or adducted, or at least somewhat adducted, and then the posterior cartilaginous portion pretty far apart or abducted, which forms kind of a Y shape. And this glottal configuration is also fairly common for female speakers who tend to have a somewhat breathy quality to their voice. But during whispering, there is considerable laryngeal opposing pressure, which is used to keep the airway constricted and the vocal folds close together, or in other words, a small glottis. The greatest contributor to that laryngeal opposing pressure is muscular pressure. So, in this case, we're talking about the simultaneous contraction of the lateral cricoarytenoid muscles and the arytenoid muscles. And that's when forming the narrow opening that's all along the vocal folds. For the configuration where the it's kind of the Y-shaped glottis, that is going to be the lateral cricoarytenoid muscles that we are using to make that formation. The vocal folds are going to be stiff while whispering, and that's accomplished by contracting the cricothyroid muscles and possibly also contracting the thyrovocalis and thyromuscularis, which are actually within the vocal folds. Also, interestingly, when the vocal folds are approximated at the membranous portion and separated at the cartilaginous portion, the overall mass and effective mass are different. Whereas if they were completely abducted, for example, the effective mass and overall mass would be the same. There also may be a decrease in the effective mass of the membranous portion sections of the vocal folds with the ability to vibrate in voice production. So that is all I have. Thank you so much.